Happy Wealthy Wednesday. If you are joining live, give me hashtag live. If you are hanging out on the replay, I love my replay mamas. Give me hashtag replay. I want to show you my coffee mug today. So my coffee mug is, my brain has too many tabs open. It is a very real thing. Anyone else, comment tabs below if you feel the same way. So today on the Wealthy Mama Show, we are talking about why you should at least consider selling and marketing a book, aka being a published author. And I have someone really, really amazing coming on today that is in this industry and can talk about it even deeper than I can. So I'm really excited to invite her on. No technology challenges today. So if you're hopping on, give me hashtag live or hashtag replay. And we've got the one and only Rebecca from Authors Allies on. Hello, friend.
Hey, Nellie, how are
Good. Do
you?
you have too many tabs open today?
Oh my gosh, you know I do. You already know that. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's been an overwhelming month, but in a good way, right?
Yes, yes. And it's a big month for you. You've
So
got
good.
lots of things going on. Tell us all the things and then we'll talk about selling and marketing a book, but give them a little tea.
Sure, sure. Well, if anybody's been following me for a while or following you, they know that I've got my free ebook out that I did in Passive Income School, the 10 steps to creating your ultimate book marketing plan. So this has been out there for a while, just to help my authors out. I've been a reader since I was 4 years old, and I love, love, love to read. And so I wanted to give back. And in talking with, all my clients and everything, I have for over a year now been working on a membership for helping the authors to, specifically indie authors, coaches, and speakers, to be able to create their media suite
Yep.
and do it with us, because so many of those people, they have full-time jobs, and it's like a side gig
Yes.
doing their book,
Yep.
and they just can't afford to jump in and pay a marketer, right?
Yeah.
But they want to do it themselves. And so the membership is going to be really fun. I'm so excited. It opens this week. We're already live. We already have 5 members, and yeah, it's just so exciting. We're pre-launching right now, so there's lots of bonuses and fun things, and the best deals on it you're going to ever get, because it's also my birthday month. So doing a lot of stuff. And yeah, I'm really excited, because the first thing we're going to work on with our authors next month is going to be getting their one sheet author biography together. So each month we'll have a theme,
Yep.
and we will build it together over the month. So it just really makes them be able to do these things without feeling like they're just freaking out, right? Like it kills that stress and overwhelm that, that so many of us entrepreneurs feel.
And I love that you're designing it in a very live container. Like it's virtual, but it's
Yes.
like you're holding their hand and holding them accountable. There's a focus. I really, really love that, because most people buy courses and then they sit there. Like they have the
Yes.
best intentions. We all do, right? Like too many
Oh,
tabs are
yeah.
open.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so this is like the worlds are colliding. Like you've got the education, a lot like a course, but then you've got this live, immersive community, camaraderie. Let me answer any and all of your questions, and you can really support them in such a beautiful, affordable way
Absolutely.
that is such a no-brainer. Like truly, if you are wanting to get your book out into the world, you need a plan. You need a team, and this membership can
Absolutely.
become your team for once people hear what they get for the price, they're gonna
It's
be like,
amazing.
it's so good. So you are very passionate about this community, and so many authors do spend so much time
Hmm.
writing. Like the writing, just based on my own experience, is the hardest part. And
Yeah.
so I feel like after you write a book, you're just so exhausted. So then you're like, well, I'll market it one day. So, and there are very important ways to market. So, talk to us about like why should we consider writing a book, and then like why do we need to make time to market it?
Sure. Well, you know, for so many people, especially entrepreneurs, coaches, the coaches and the speakers, particularly, you can write a book that basically is your resume, right? So, if you write a book about, gosh, well, you wrote a book on, the 90-day, you had
Yep.
like a 90-day thing, you have the strategies, to get up there and your sales. I'm actually working on a book that basically will be this 10-step, program. Once you write a book, you can get that out there. It's your resume. It tells everyone that, hey, I've got 30 years of experience studying this, right? And you can help more people on such a broad scale
Yes.
by writing your book. So, your book is, it's a passion project. You're able to help a lot of people. You can use it as a resume. And when you tell people that you are now a published author, they're like, "Ooh,
Yes.
wow!" Right? Like they
Yep.
they get they get these tingles and these goosebumps, and that just really, like I said, it helps get your work out into a broader audience, but helps you to be able to, give back. That's for me. A lot of it is giving back. I have enjoyed reading so much over my life. I don't watch television hardly at all because I'm always reading.
Yeah.
And the best way for me to give back to all of these smaller indie authors or the other entrepreneurs like myself that are writing fiction books is to be able to do it in a group setting. I have a
Yeah.
family, so I can help them. It's a win-win,
Yeah.
And once you do your book, as much as you love your book, if you just, put it out there, they will not come. I mean, you have to talk about it.
Yep.
The competition is huge because let's face it, anyone can publish a book today
Yep.
using, Kindle Direct Publisher. And so you have to talk about it. If you tell everyone you're going to get it up on social, you can try to get on podcasts. There's just a lot of elements. And, it's so hard because you wrote your book and you were exhausted because you thought the book was the hard part,
Mhm.
right? That's because you are a marketer, right?
Yep.
Like marketing is what you do. This right here, this live, this is the easy part for you,
Yeah.
right? But most of the authors, the book was the easy part.
Mm,
And
that's a
now they
good
don't know what
perspective.
to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they write this book, but now what, right? So, like, okay, well, what do I do with it? And that's where you need to have, this plan. That's where you need to have a team. That's where you need to methodically strategize,
Yes.
how to get it out there, what you're going to do.
Yes.
And so that's where we come in, in being able to help you do that at a really inexpensive price. Because it's my birthday month this week, only until I think Monday is how my assistant has it set up, you can actually get in for $19.70 a month through the end of this year. Now, it's never going to be that cheap. I
No, that's
mean, ever.
amazing.
Like,
Have
it's
like
crazy,
a marketing book marketing team like for 19 bucks a month. Like
right?
you can't beat
It's
it's
insane.
huge.
I'm already like, why are we doing this again?
Yeah.
But it's going to go up. We planned this cool birthday bash. I was born in 1970. My birthday is March 31st. So hey, we're starting at 1970. That's what we're doing,
I
and I'm
love
so
it.
excited about it. Yeah, because in addition to getting, there's 4 calls. So there's a call every week. So they're getting us live every week, right, to
Okay.
answer questions and do things. They're going to get templates, Canva templates. They're going to get worksheets. We're going to work through everything with them. But anyone who signs up in the pre-launch, because the membership officially starts in April,
Yep.
they're going to also get, after their first 90 days, they're going to get either a 90-minute one-on-one consult with me to go over their plan and everything, or they can choose to have 2 weeks of one-on-one consultation time in Telegram, where we can just go over things that they've been working on and really get that plan going. So it's amazing. I mean, it's going to be so much fun. We already have 5 members, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good. Well, and if somebody is going to write a book,
Hmm.
could they join and start to learn the stuff? Like, would it be beneficial if they don't have a book yet? Like, but they want
Absolutely.
to? Okay.
Absolutely. I actually, one of the first members that joined is working on two books right
Okay.
now. And yes, I'm calling you out, lady. If she's watching, she's going to be like, "Oh, that's me." Um, she's working on her two books right now. But what's great about doing it now is that again, it lessens that stress.
Yeah.
You know, if they start marketing now, in an ideal world, a person would start working on the marketing portion and building their following before their book actually launches. And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't think about that. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, you and I are lucky. We already have some followers. We already have people, right? So when you and I put out a book, people already know who we are.
Right.
A lot of people, that's not the case. So many fun things they can do before the book comes out. You know, they can start showing people all those behind the scenes. They can do, you know, pictures of them writing. They can talk about their characters or their themes, depending on whether they're fiction or nonfiction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, really, starting it now is even better, I
That's
think.
genius. No,
Yeah.
I agree because you take them on a journey and then you're, no matter the size of your following, a group of people feel so invested
Yes.
in the journey that they just genuinely want to support you in all different ways. And so I wanted to
Absolutely.
ask you that question because I know a lot of times we can stop ourselves of like, oh, this seems exciting, but I haven't written my book yet. And so if anyone was watching or listening, I didn't want that to stop them from joining because
Yeah.
I love your point. Like we start marketing the day you want to write a book.
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely. And what's really great about this is if you want it, we can hold you accountable to writing your book. So,
ooh,
yeah. So, you know, if you want us, if you want to report every month when we do our live planning, we're going to be the third week of the month. We will do like a planning party for the following month,
yes,
right? And if you want to be held accountable, obviously we don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable and be held on the spot, right?
right,
But
right.
if you want that accountability, if you want to report back, okay, hey, I wrote this many words this month or this many chapters, and next month I'm doing this, we are happy to cheer you on and go, okay, well, gosh, you know, if you didn't hit your goal, what's going on? We're there to
Yeah,
support you and, you know, help you through it if it's writer's block or just life, right?
right.
So we'll do that. And then during National Novel Writing Month in November, that's going to be the theme the whole month. So we're going to be having like co-working, co-writing times. You know, so if you are still in the process of writing that book, you can use the co-working times that are built into the training times as, you know, okay, this is when I'm writing.
Mm,
You know, so if you want us to hold you accountable and help with that, we can. So yeah, so it's really, you know, it's very fluid as to how we can support you in some of these ways.
I love that.
Hmm.
And I remember when I was writing my book, even just posting about me writing my book held me
Yes,
so accountable. So
absolutely.
being in this membership, talking about it on your socials more and more and more, like you're gonna whip that book up so freaking fast,
Great.
and cut down the decision fatigue of like you're giving them the roadmap of like this is my world, this is what I do, this is
Yeah,
how you want to market, so that way they don't have to go and duct tape it all together and then
absolutely.
analysis paralysis happens. Like sometimes too much information is worse when you
Oh my
are
gosh, yes.
Googling and YouTubing and, asking a bunch of people their opinions. Like you almost get to the point where you're like, I just don't know what to do. So I'm going to do
Yeah,
nothing. That's the too many tabs open. So
you are 100% right. And actually, I mean, you know, because I've worked with you over the last year, you know, I actually have been in that position myself. You know, how long have I talked about doing this membership? I mean, I think at least a year, probably two. And there comes a point where you just have to go, okay, you know, S or get off the pot,
yeah,
as my granny used to
you
say,
can
right?
say that here. You
Can
can
I
say,
say that? You know,
you
shit
can
or get
say
off
it.
the pot, right? Write the dang book, you know, stop, right? So, you know, I just said, okay, we're going to start this membership and we're going to do it now because I've got it all planned out. I have all the stuff they need. Let's share it.
Yes.
Let's get all these other amazing women out there to be selling their books, whether, like I said, whether it's fiction, whether it's nonfiction. you have a story to
Yes.
tell.
Well, and think about that ripple effect by you working through your fear
Yeah,
and, the 5 members that have already joined and now there'll be 10, then there'll be 20. Like think about like the massive ripple effect of how many books are getting out into the world and how much joy that's creating and how much business that's creating and impact. Like we don't stop and think about that stuff enough, I
you're right.
think. And it's just
That's
like
exciting.
by you, like I've never seen you more excited than you are right
Oh,
now.
thank you.
Like, and it's beautiful. Like there's always divine timing too. Like it's your birthday month, it's your business
Hmm.
anniversary. Like it was meant to happen here. Like everything led to this very moment. And I think that that is just so beautiful. And when there's fear around like writing a book or marketing a book, because it's a big
It
project.
is.
Like it's one thing to say that you want to do it and also a whole different one to like follow through. And I
Mhm.
saw a reel, I know you'll appreciate this. The creator said fear is always an inch deep and a mile wide.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
it consumes
Hmm.
us, but yet when you actually jump in to the fear water, like the fear lake, right? It's like just it goes right up to your
Yeah.
ankles, and you're like, why was I freaking
Right?
out, right?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. That's great.
It,
Yeah. If you find that, you need to send that to
I
me. I'd
will.
love to watch that. But
It resonated with me because I'm like, we make up all of these fear-based stories and they are real. Like they are all of our conditioning, our past beliefs, everything. However, when we can just take a step back and be like, what do I have to lose? Because I actually
right.
have so much more to gain. And so I just when people are afraid of writing the book or afraid of marketing, like let's focus on what you have to gain. Like you have so much to
Yeah.
gain that it's worth the payoff is worth it. Like allow the fear to be there and face it head on and do it. And being in
Yes.
this type of group will help that fear fade, I think, because
Absolutely.
when you're around like-minded people, it's osmosis. Like you're like, well,
Hmm.
Nellie's writing her book, Nellie's marketing her book, so I want to do that too, right? And Rebecca's cheering
Yes.
us on and all of the things. And so by them just being in this round table, which I love that you're calling it a round
It goes
table,
with the author's
it's
allies, the whole medieval
beautiful.
theme, you
When
know.
you said that, I was like, yes, that's perfect.
Yeah. It's so
Um,
fun.
but
Well,
yeah,
and
when
I'm
they're,
doing it with them.
I
You know,
know.
that's the beauty of
Yes.
I'm writing my book right along with them.
Yes.
So, I mean, when I think back to this time, gosh, it's probably actually like exactly a year this week, isn't it? The Biz Besties Bash. I was terrified of video.
Yep.
And you got me up on
Yeah.
stage because I said, "Oh, I'll speak in front of 500 people." Okay, well, come up here. And I'm like, "Oh, crap. Now she wants me on stage." So you got me up on stage. We did that little video. And look at me now. I'm on a live video. Oh my gosh, the growth that can happen when you face those fears,
Yes.
right? And so I am going to write my book along with them. I am working on, my author bio. I'm working on getting myself on podcasts. So we're really doing it together, like really together, because I'm doing it too, right? Like
Well,
I've been,
yes.
doing it for all these other authors. It's my turn too to get out there.
I was just about to say that. It's like the shoemaker doesn't have shoes. And
Yeah.
like I I love that you're gonna do it with them because you're gonna find a whole new sense of confidence and
Mm-hmm.
energy within yourself that you're like, wow, I'm actually putting my oxygen mask on. Like how many years have you done
Oh
this
my
for other
gosh.
people? Like tell us.
Well, it's our 15-year anniversary in April.
Yes.
So, as a small business, and we've been working with authors for about 10 of those years. So,
Yes.
yeah,
So a
yeah,
decade.
yeah,
It's and
a
it's your
decade.
time just as much as every member joining.
Absolutely.
I love
Absolutely.
that.
So, it's time for me to get out there and put my book out there too.
Yes. And I think the beautiful part is it can the membership can ebb and flow
Hmm.
with each member. So although
Yes.
you have weekly calls, they can always watch
Hmm.
replays, they can talk to you in the group. Like I think that that's important to acknowledge too of like you know, sometimes we can get in these programs and then we get so overwhelmed and so anxious, and it has nothing to do with the group and everything to do with our fear,
Right.
right? Because you're like,
Absolutely.
am I letting the round table down? I can't make it to the call because I've got, young kids or whatever it may be. And you've created a membership that's affordable and very flexible, which I love.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Everything's going to be recorded. And, if you can come live, great. And because this is, the original founding members, if all of the members say, well, this is the best time to meet, well, we can change it. Right now, the plan is to have the lives at lunchtime so that
ooh,
if you have another job,
love
you
that.
can join us, right? So if you want to join live, you
I
can. So it's going to
love
be,
that.
yeah, yeah, we're trying to be flexible. The only thing that's really hard for me to do, as you know, being diabetic, having asthma, being in menopause, afternoon my brain doesn't work.
Yeah,
So it would be difficult for me to hold evening things
yeah,
because they wouldn't get the best part of
right.
me, like you and I have talked about.
Yep,
If I want the best part of Nellie, it's got to be when Nellie is
yeah.
ready, right? And if you want the best part of me for during the membership to get my best ideas and because I'm really good at brainstorming, it's got to be during the day when my brain is better.
Yes. Well, and I think that's important too. And they can access the information when it's best for
Right.
them as well. So
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. And if
Uh,
they're a night person, they can watch it at night.
right.
It's fine. And they can pop in the group and leave a question and it's all
Well,
good.
and I feel like replay people get a bad rap. Like I've been a replay queen for years. Like
Hmm.
I love to join live when I can, but
Yeah.
like like if you hop in this roundtable and you can never be on a live call, like don't apologize
Right.
for that. Like replay the crap out of every resource that Rebecca has and ask your questions in the group. Like you can still get so much value, and this
Absolutely.
goes for anything that anyone's involved in. Like make it work for you. That's the whole freaking
Hmm.
point of this education space. Is we aren't a college, like a
Right.
traditional college where you are a professor or I'm a professor and you have to come to class at 8 a.m. or you get an F, right? Like we
Oh
are
my
going
gosh. No
we're
attendance
going
required.
I know. We're going against traditional ways of learning, which I understand could be different for people to like wrap their heads around. But the fact that you're taking 10 years of your knowledge, your
Mhm.
expertise, the results that you've already gotten authors, because I know you have gotten
Absolutely.
phenomenal results for your authors, like you're packaging that all up in a e-learning education experience,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That's $19 a month.
That's only
And they can,
for this week though. It's
I
going to
know.
go up every week
So,
this
so
this
hurry
this
up.
month, but ultimately by the end of this month when we launch, it's still the founding price is only going to be $70
Right.
a
Which,
month.
like,
So
so let's
that's
just say
still
like
a
under
no-brainer.
$100 a month.
Right.
Like,
Can you believe it?
colleges will laugh in your face
Oh
if you're
yeah.
like, I've got $100 a month. Like, what class can I sign up for? And they're going
Oh
to be
my
like,
gosh.
bye. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I just,
Yeah. It's
that's
crazy.
why everyone in our wealthy mama universe, like it's hard to sleep because I just freaking love how we are the trailblazers, the
Absolutely.
rebels, that we're taking all of our juicy knowledge and putting it out into the world where so many more women can access resources. Like it gives me goosebumps. Like
It's so much fun. I'm loving watching all these ladies in the passive income school. You can just see their
yeah,
confidence building, right, as they're doing their things. And some of these books that people have come up with, their ebooks and things. I'm like, holy cow! I mean,
yeah.
there's some really talented women out there, and it's time for the world to see us, right?
Amen. Amen. It's time. It's so time. So, you mentioned that you've been wanting to do this for a while,
Hmm.
and now we're doing it. I would love to like talk to us about like how did you finally get to that moment where you're like, okay, shit or get off the pot, because some people go a whole life where they never get off the pot. Like so like
I know, right?
what was that final pivotal moment, if there was one, where you're like, it's now or never. Like I'm doing this, like take us behind the scenes with you.
Yeah. Well, last year was just a total shit show for me. I mean, I had one thing after another, from COVID fog to, it was so bad at one point. I had a little accident, and then they thought I had all this dizziness. There was talk I could have even had a brain tumor. I mean, it was really a scary year.
Yeah.
And then it ended with a hysterectomy for Christmas. And right before that, like I think it was around Thanksgiving, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be dead before I do this. Like seriously, because it was such a bad year that I just thought, this is crazy. And what am I going to leave behind? Like, I know I have a great business. I have an amazing family. Our son is just like, I'm so proud of him. But what am I going to leave behind? Right. And so I was like, this we're doing this. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to do this. We're going to do it with the birthday bash. Our anniversary is in April. So many small businesses don't make it. And I've been around for 15 years paying myself. So it's time. It's time to give back
Hmm.
to all of the people that have, created all of my enjoyment over the life, right? Like I have loved reading. So I want to give back a little bit to all these amazing authors out there. And then it's time for me to figure this out, like
Yep.
let's do it. It's now or never is kind of what I
Yeah.
figured, after having such a crazy year. I'm like, it's now or never. Let's do it. Let's do it while all the good and's good.
Well, and I love that because, as you know, I had a really hard year last
Mhm.
year too, and it gives you like once you start to get through the hardness, because
Yes.
when you're in a state of survival, it doesn't feel like you
No.
feel different. You
Hmm.
make different decisions. But once you start to like the fog lifts, right?
Hmm.
Like the fog will always lift, the sun will always come up. Like that's one of my favorite
Love
sayings that
it.
my friend says. And so when the sun starts to come up, the fog starts to lift. You do start to have those come to Jesus moments
Yeah.
with yourself where you're
Yeah.
like what I heard from you was like legacy. Like what
Yes.
is my contribution to the world that is
Mhm.
truly like going to live on just as much as like a statue is hereafter, right? Like, and this is so much better than a statue. So, I think adversity gets a lot of hate,
Yeah.
but I've been really having a lot of gratitude for adversity because it shows you how strong you are,
Hmm.
and it it really can fire you up.
It brings clarity.
It
I
does.
mean,
And
it
like
really
that
does.
sometimes that friction is what we need to make like it, I think
Hmm.
it's the universe also being like, okay, Rebecca, you've talked about this, right? Like so we're
Yep.
gonna give you some friction,
Hmm.
right? To really like give you like that awareness. Adversity creates awareness.
I love
And
it.
that awareness creates anything that you desire. And like it's
Hmm.
just really cool when you start to have gratitude for adversity, and you are like this is a domino effect for you. Like I want to make sure you see this shout out on here. Jess said you've been killing it lately,
Aw,
and
thanks,
you
Jess.
have like your confidence is just like you're going to the next level.
Yay.
And when
Trying.
we treat ourselves like the best client, right, everyone rises, right? Like when you raise your
Hmm.
standards for yourself, everyone around you like ooze, like you ooze that energy, and it like you have an abundant amount that just is going to continue to spill over into your family, your clients, these members. Like so,
Yeah.
it's just like keep being the best because it's gonna help everyone else too.
You made me cry.
No, I'm being real, like for real. It's so true.
Yay.
So
Thank you.
give us a quick pep talk of that author that's like, I need to shit or get off the pot. Like give them a little quick pep talk, tell them how they can get in the round table, and then we'll get
Sure.
you out of here.
So, I mean, first of all, just do it. Like you have nothing to lose. Like we said, I mean, it's easy enough to write a book. You can do it yourself. If you can operate Google Docs or Microsoft Word, you can do a
Yeah.
book. I mean, that's all there's to it. So just do it. And, as far as the author roundtable, you can find more information at blue.digitalmarketing.com. And there's an actual tab up there that says roundtable. And if you just click that, it'll tell you more about it. And, we can get you hooked up. And like I said, this week it's 1970. Each week this month, it's going to go up a little bit, kind of playing with my birthday numbers.
Yes.
And but by the end of the month, it's still, I mean, if you miss out on those deals, it's still only going to be $70 for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So, per month for the rest of the year. So,
Right.
If you really want to do it, jump in. Let's do it. We'll help you.
Yes, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so proud of you. You're in pre-launch and you already have members committed. Like,
I know, it's so exciting.
Hey, and that fear was so small, right? Like you dipped your toe in and you're like, oh, this isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then I'm kicking myself. Why didn't we do this before? But like you said, it wasn't time. Divine timing, divine intervention.
Yes.
I had to go through all that adversity last year and get it out of the way.
Yep. Yeah, you cleared the way, right?
I
like
did.
You needed to get all that gunk out, right? And now the gunk is gone and you have all of this time and energy and excitement. And that may have not been the case last year. So you could have forced yourself to like pull, I don't love saying pull the trigger, but like you could have forced yourself to shit or get off the pot last year.
Right.
But sometimes that when we are having that adversity and friction, we need to stay there for a minute. It's not time yet. Like you've been preparing for this moment.
Mentally and physically preparing. So that's the thing.
Exactly. And all past versions of yourself got you to this very moment, right? So it's like, yeah, we can, be like, oh, why did it take so long? But it's like each version of yourself needed whatever that version was to get you to here.
Oh, yeah. And I learned so much more last year, even from the advertising side of things, specifically on Amazon, because, Amazon's really important to an author, these days. I mean, I know a lot of people, but let's face it, Amazon is the big one.
Yep.
And so I still have a lot to learn and I'm still learning every day. I mean, I'm in all various things. So yeah, it's exciting.
It's so good. All right. Well, you could even comment roundtable if you're watching the video to connect with Rebecca, give her some love on Instagram. And I just can't wait to see all these books come out into the world, the marketing behind them, and they've got a team to support them. It's so good. It's so good. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. What a great way to kick off my membership this week, Yay, get to go live and talk about it.
Like, did you put this date? Was this?
I don't know.
It seems too good. It seems too good.
Yes, it's just
that
perfect
was strategic.
timing.
It was
strategic.
A little. Well, happy birthday, Mon.
Thank you.
Let's get all the amazing humans out there into the round table, and we're both cheering you on, and you can do this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, you can get your book out into the world, and it's going to be so good. It's so good.
It's going to be good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. We love you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.